Have you ever wondered what would happen if the strongest characters from every anime universe were suddenly dropped into the world of One Piece? Who would rise above all? Who would the world government fear the most? And most importantly, who would earn the highest bounty the moment they stepped into One Piece? But here's the twist. This isn't just a strength ranking. Because in One Piece, a bounty isn't a measure of power, it's a measure of threat. And to figure that out, I'll be using the exact same factors that the world government use to determine exactly how much each character's bounty is going to be. These factors include how strong each character is, how dangerous each character would be to the world and the world government, how strong their crew would be, and just how much fear they would strike into the world government. And by the end of this video, we'll know exactly which anime character would become the most feared criminal the One Piece world has ever seen. For starters, we have Tanjiro Kamado from Demon Slayer. Tanjiro entering the world of One Piece is, well, quite interesting. With the training he received from the Hashira mixed with sun breathing, he has incredible striking power, and his Demon Slayer mark boosts his speed to superhuman levels. He could easily defeat Vice Admirals and most pirates on the Grand Line, but compared to destructive monsters like Admirals or Yonko, he would definitely struggle against them. Tanjiro also wouldn't be much of a threat to the world because his decisions are heavily guided by his values and emotions. He wouldn't destroy cities, overthrow kingdoms, or inspire global rebellion. He's too pure-hearted, so his threat level is limited unless he was provoked. However, his crew would be considerably strong, with the potential to grow into a legitimate Yonko-level force. Tanjiro's willpower and ability to adapt mid-fight are incredible, and with the likes of Zenitsu, Inosuke, and all the Hashira sailing alongside him, his crew would be top tier. Because of that, the government wouldn't exactly fear him. They'd respect him. And based on all these factors, I estimate his bounty would be 220 million berries, enough to make him a high-level threat, but not a world breaker. Before we continue, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Let's get back to the video. Next, we have Deku from My Hero Academia. With him having full control of One for All, this would make him one of, if not the strongest characters in the world of One Piece. He could blitz entire pirate crews and drop most commanders in seconds, because not even the likes of Kaido or Whitebeard could possibly match his physical strength. But continuous, large-scale destruction isn't his style or ability, which limits his bounty. Deku's heroic nature means he wouldn't cause chaos intentionally. His bounty would rise only due to misunderstandings or collateral damage. His crew would most likely consist of all the members from Class 1A. They would be very strong as a collective, but far from Yonko level. In this case, the world government would see him as powerful due to his individual strength, and not because of his crew, apart from Bakugo, of course, and maybe Todoroki, who can control both fire and ice. But they still wouldn't fear him to an extreme level. Taking all these factors into consideration, I estimate his bounty to be roughly 300 million berries. Next up, Gon from Hunter x Hunter. Gon in his adult form is an absolute menace. One punch from him could probably wipe out a city block, no problem. But the catch is, he can only reach this form by sacrificing a massive chunk of his potential and lifespan, just to gain overwhelming power in the moment. And because of this, his bounty will be taking a huge hit. The strength that he possesses in his adult form would cause the world government to see him as unstable, unpredictable, and capable of extreme violence. His hunter allies are definitely strong and dangerous in their own ways, but they're not some huge military threat that would push his bounty higher. The thing is, the government would only label Gon as a major threat in his adult form, but since he can't maintain that for a long time, he wouldn't be seen as a long-term danger. So based on all of that, Gon's bounty would probably sit around 250 million berries. And hey, if you are enjoying this video, drop a like and subscribe. We still got some crazy characters to go through. Let's get into it. Next, we have Shinra from Fire Force. In his awakened form, Shinra Banchomon, Shinra basically breaks the laws of reality just like Luffy in Gear 5. He's insanely fast, dangerously strong, and capable of causing massive destruction without even trying. His power alone could destabilize entire nations by accident. But the only thing saving the world from total chaos is the fact that Shinra is a genuinely good guy. His morality keeps him from ever going too far. His crew would consist of all the members in the Fire Defense Agency. All the Fire Force squads are coordinated, elite, and absolutely stacked with top-tier fighters. As a group, they'd easily push into high commander level, if not beyond. The world government would have no idea what to do with him. Someone who can bend space-time, rewrite outcomes, and move faster than logic itself? Yeah, they'd be confused and terrified at the same time. So with all that in mind, I'd place Shinra's bounty at around 760 million berries. Now we have Kafka Hibino from Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8 entering the One Piece world is basically like dropping a nuclear bomb onto the map. His destructive potential is insane, leveling towns, blowing up ships, and tanking artillery like it's nothing. His threat level would be extremely high. A humanoid kaiju walking around the Grand Line? Yeah, the world government would instantly classify him as a global threat. And his crew, the Defense Force, might not be pirates, but they're organized, heavily trained, and equipped with the strongest numbers weapons. They're strong enough to rival the Marines. That alone makes them a serious force. Plus, the world government absolutely hates anything they can't kill easily, and Kafka fits that perfectly. So, considering everything, his raw destructive power, his durability, and the fear factor, I'd put Kafka's bounty at 1 billion berries. Next up, we have Asta from Black Clover. Asta basically has the perfect ability to terrify the world government, because anti-magic is the Devil Fruit's ultimate weakness. He can cut through logias, erase abilities, and even slice straight through hockey-powered attacks. In the world of One Piece, that instantly makes him one of the scariest people alive. The moment he shuts down an admiral's attack, he's getting put on every eliminate immediately list the government has. And then there's the Black Bulls, easily one of the most chaotic, unpredictable, and broken squads in anime. In One Piece terms, that's a full-on Yonko-level crew. They've got absurd versatility, crazy destructive power, and zero fear of authority. The world government wouldn't just see Asta as dangerous, they'd genuinely fear him. His very existence breaks their power system in half. Taking all that into account, I'd estimate Asta's bounty to be around 1.5 billion berries. Next, we have Ichigo from Bleach. In his awakened form, Ichigo blends Quincy, Hollow, and Shinigami powers all at once, which already sounds like something that would keep the elders on their toes. His speed is borderline light speed, his sword swings can reshape entire landscapes, and a Getsuga Tensho would casually slice a marine battleship in half like it's nothing. As a threat to the world, Ichigo's existence would be put on high alert. Not because Ichigo is evil, but because he's completely uncontrollable. Ichigo fights on emotion and instinct, and the world government absolutely hates anyone they can't control. Now with the captains of the Gote 13 alongside him, that's basically 13 admirals under one banner. Pure chaos. A hollow Shinigami hybrid who refuses to die, backed by a literal army of Soul Reapers. The entire world would go into panic mode instantly. So with all that in mind, I'm putting Ichigo's bounty at 1.7 billion berries. Next up, we have Naruto from Naruto. Baryon mode Naruto is basically overwhelming power compressed into a ticking time bomb. When he's at his peak, Naruto's physical stats absolutely dwarf Admiral's. His raw speed would straight up blitz Kizaru, and a single Baryon mode punch could one-shot most commanders without him even trying. But the real problem for the world government isn't just his power, it's his influence. Naruto leads armies. He unites nations. He inspires loyalty on a global level. And if there's one thing the world government absolutely despises, it's a symbol that can unite the entire world against them. And Naruto is literally the definition of that. And if the full Shinobi Alliance gathered One Piece, yeah, that's basically a world war waiting to happen. On top of that, Naruto being a perfect Jinchuriki with near god-level chakra control is the kind of thing that would make celestial dragons start sweating through their fancy robes. So taking all that into account, Naruto's bounty would land at 2.4 billion berries. Seeing as you've made it this far into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments who you think deserves the highest bounty so far. Alright, let's keep going. Next, we have Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Gojo is basically a natural disaster in human form. His limitless technique makes him basically untouchable, Hollow Purple deletes anything it touches, and his infinity alone turns most Devil Fruit abilities into jokes. A man who literally cannot be hit, cannot be contained. Yeah, that's what you call peak strength. And it gets even worse for the world government. The sorcerers from Jujutsu Kaisen aren't pirates, they're assassins. They fight using techniques the world government has zero understanding of. That confusion alone skyrockets Gojo's threat level. Plus, his confidence, his attitude, the way he casually walks through people who think they're strong, he's exactly the kind of person the government would want erased immediately before he becomes a global problem. So, with all that in mind, Gojo's bounty would be at 3.2 billion berries. Next, we have Meliodas from the 7 Deadly Sins. And honestly, Dropping Meliodas into the world of One Piece is basically dropping a demonic nuke wrapped in a cheerful personality. In his Demon King form, Meliodas is an absolute monster. His raw physical strength, insane durability, and demonic regeneration let him fight for hours without slowing down. Full counter would be a nightmare for Devil Fruit users. He instantly becomes one of the most dangerous fighters alive. In terms of threat, extremely high. Meliodas isn't evil, but his demon form, emotions, and destructive potential make him unpredictable to the world government. And if he ever snaps or loses control, yeah, an entire island could disappear. The 7 deadly sins are broken by One Piece standards. Bon, King, Escanor, Merlin, that's a roster filled with Yonko commander-level monsters. They are easily a top-tier force. And the world government hates anything tied to demons or gods. The moment they learn he's the son of the Demon King, instant panic. So based on everything, Meliodas' bounty would land at around 3.9 billion berries. Next up, we have Jin Woo from Solo Leveling. Jin Woo isn't just a fighter, he's an entire military force. In his Shadow Monarch form, Jin Woo is flat-out absurd. He has city-level destructive power, ridiculous speed, regeneration that makes Logias jealous, and on top of all that, he's basically immortal as long as even one shadow survives. And then, there's the army. Jin Woo isn't pulling up with a pirate crew. He's pulling up with 100,000 plus shadows that have made it into his personal army, and who only get stronger every time he levels up. That alone would break the balance of the One Piece world instantly. A guy who can kill a marine, and then immediately add that marine to his own army, would definitely be seen as a major threat. He's literally the definition of an uncontrollable threat. So taking all of that into account, Jin Woo's bounty would sit at around 4.6 billion berries. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on this video next to watch more amazing anime content. Come on, click it!